It's not too late to transcend to the fifth dimension. If you're watching this video, it's because you're on a spiritual awakening journey and you have got to a point where you have potentially lost hope, lost faith. Nothing seems to have changed. The world is still the same, or the external representation of it. Allow me to explain the reasons why everything has changed and allow you a better understanding of who you are and how to go about experiencing this for yourself. For those of you that do not know, my name is Kain Stromberg, the Cosmic Surfer, and it is my passion, purpose and privilege to inspire you to empower yourself. Before we go any further, ensure that you have liked or actually subscribed to the channel. And welcome to another episode of Together We Rise, as we are eternally and forever connected to one another. As united as one people on this one earth, governed by one love, united we stand, and together we rise, raising our levels of educational information, raising our levels of potential to experience, raising our levels of vibrational harmonic frequency. And that's it. Everything in completion is just energy vibrating at different frequencies. And when we can experience life as such, it is all easy. So what is the fifth dimension? Likened to the third. I've come here. It's difficult to actually get a full picture of the building, but I've come here so that I can film this in front of the old manor, in front of the old building, so that you can have a visual representation of what it is that I am trying to deliver. So everything being energy vibrating at different frequencies, you are a body containing energy. You are a third dimensional reality perspective. So everything is energy vibrating at different frequencies. A house could be likened to a body. A cup of water could be likened to a vessel containing energy, which you are yourself. So in the third dimension, you would believe that what happens to your physical body, the way that it feels, the emotions and thoughts within it, are you. When you transcend the third dimension and exist in the fifth dimension, you know that you are not the body, but that you are the experiencer of it. That you are not the thoughts or the feelings, but they are there for you to learn and to grow from. This physical building, if it believed itself to only be the physical building, then it would limit its experiences to what is within and outside it. I know myself to be everything in completion. I know myself to be that girl and boy sat on the bench, that couple, the park rangers, the people sat there watching me. I know myself to be all of these people, and whatever representation of myself that I project upon them so that I can experience it through them, I know myself to be able to learn and to grow from, to transcend those limitations of old. The one key piece of information I want you to take from this video, if nothing else, is to know that whenever anything is experienced, that is just third dimensional. Whenever anything is experienced, it is just third dimensional, because you're experiencing it in the third dimension. So do I actually mean that when you experience an event that is potentially outside of your conscious awareness, when you astral project as an example, does that mean that's only third dimensional? Well, if you are experiencing it in this realm of existence, then yes, there is so much information that I get now that I can experience. But as soon as I consciously try to comprehend it or write it down or record it so I can deliver it at a later date, I can't. It baffles my mind. My mind seems to go about internally actually shutting down, and I lose focus or track or awareness of where I was. Every time something happens which you feel negatively affected by, remind yourself of who you are. You are the universe experiencing itself. You are universal energy embodied in this physical body, so that you can go about experiencing an experience Without this physical self, there is no experience to be had. Without a egoic self, without an egoic concept of I, there is no I. Without an ego self, there is no sense of self, there is no experience to be experienced. So, if somebody negatively affects me, if I feel angered by something, it's just 3D. That is just a 3D reaction. That is just a 3D response. That is just a 3D emotion. So does that go as deep as to say that love is just a third dimensional reality, experience to be had, that is not even real other than our experience of it? That is potentially going a little bit deep down the rabbit hole. But foundationally, if everything is an experience, if everything is a program, and we are experiencing the program through the first person avatar self that we are, then everything experienced within that program is part of that program, is part of the 3D. To live in the 5th dimension and beyond is to know that everything experienced through this body, the emotions, the thoughts, the feelings, the interactions with other people, is all 3rd dimensional. It exists within this perspective of reality, within the parameter and guidelines that we are governed by within this 3rd dimension again. To experience a reality beyond this, to be able to close your eyes and to travel to wherever and whenever you want, that is living outside or experiencing outside of the 3rd dimensional boundaries or limitations. You are still experiencing it though within the 3rd dimension, because you are experiencing it within the mind. And the mind is part of the programs that we are existing within, part of the 3rd dimension. But to know that when you close your eyes and when you soar and you fly, to experience something within the mind is exactly the same as experiencing it physically. To know this is 5th dimensional. To know that anything we desire the experience of, we can simply close our eyes and experience, and therefore it is, that is 5th dimensional, my friends, because you are transcending a limitation or belief of old. If you believe yourself to only ever be able to experience something because of the placement in the world that you have chosen to be integrated into, because of the sex that you are, because you're male or female, because of the colour of your skin, because of your views or perspectives, because of your sexual preferences, whatever it is, whatever programs and characteristic qualities that you have chosen as your avatar self, if you believe yourself to be limited because of those, then that is 3rd dimensional once again. If you believe yourself to have chosen everything so that you can learn and grow from it, so that you can transcend and evolve through it, then that is 5th dimensional. It doesn't mean that the world has changed. We have entered into the 5th dimension. We have. Some of us were existing there long prior to this, but this great awakening is basically the collective frequency evolving and raising to that experience. So collectively, we are all experiencing life in the 5th dimension now. We are able to experience something that we were previously potentially unaware of. Everyone is questioning themselves of their perspective or version of reality so that they can go about maybe opening up to things that they were previously not aware of. Once again, if I change the camera angle now, you can see a new part of the building, new potential experiences, new shapes, new colours, new perspectives. And over there, once again, if we change the lenses or angles of perception, then there is something new to be experienced. If we only ever keep ourselves focused or single-minded, only ever believing ourselves to be able to experience that which we once were, then again we are creating it so. So I would ask that at the moment, just as the weather is here, it is becoming incredibly difficult to see. We are becoming separated from ourselves and one another, more so than ever before because of the current global situation, and also because of the energetic vibrational frequencies that is actually being created collectively because it is required. Everything we are experiencing because it is beneficial. It is bringing us learnings and growth, and it is allowing us to transcend those limiting beliefs or perspectives of old. I'm going to change the camera back around this way so people can walk past, so they don't feel that potentially they are intruding on what we are doing. It's all about expansion, it's all about growth, and it's all about allowing people to experience whatever they are experiencing in whatever way they are experiencing it, so that they themselves can learn and grow from it. If they are not in a position that they want to go about actually accepting what is taking place, that they are creating it to transcend it, then that is perfect, because not everybody is ready. The fact you are watching this video proves that you are ready. And I strongly urge that you go and watch the complete Christmas series, the complete Christmas special that we released, the 12 Days of Christmas. The first 5 episodes being on the mainstream meditation channel, where we deliver a weekly guided meditation. That is all about meditation, clearly, obviously. Meditation, the gift which keeps on giving. The first episode is a step-by-step process of how to meditate, and then it leads on to some very powerful meditations in order to free yourself from limitations of old, to go forward and create your most joyful, blissful and optimal life in all ways. It then leads on to the Cosmic Surfer channel, with the next 7 episodes being a celebration of love. It's all about love. That's what it is. That's the foundational vibrational frequency that it's all built from. And wherever you are, whatever dimension you exist in, love is always the answer. And whatever the question, doesn't matter. Return to love, return to the heart center, and discover that which you believe yourself to have been missing. You never create or achieve or experience anything that is outside yourself. And in order to find that feeling of completion, there is nothing outside, there is no event, no situation, no achievement, or a connection with another that will complete you. It is the connection and completion that you bring yourself that will liberate and free and inspire not only your true self, but everybody else. So remind yourself, remind your conscious self, when something happens that you feel negatively affected by, when you don't want to experience something. I'm stood here now, my feet are getting a bit cold because I'm flowing the information through the upper aspects of my chakra system as opposed to grounding myself. So I'm getting cold feet. I am fully accepting of the fact I'm getting cold feet. If I tried to deny it, it would persist. And I remind myself that I'm experiencing cold feet within this 3rd dimensional body, and I am very, very grateful to have this dense and sometimes a limiting aspectual body to experience life through. Again, as we get older in life, a lot of people try to run away from life, try to deny that which is taking place, try to escape the aging process almost. Why? It's all part of the experience. With each and every moment of now comes a new opportunity to learn and to grow. And that is why we continue to surf the waves of existence. Eternally, forever, you and I, my brother, my sister, are in this together, surfing those waves of existence. If we go under, the waves can crash and crash and crash down upon us, and there we can actually struggle and end up drowning. By surfing upon the waves, we are able to enjoy the ups and downs, the peaks and troughs, learning and growing from each and every moment and experience that we experience now. Now being the only time that exists, and today being the only day. To return to the 3rd dimension and the 5th dimension, this is the 3rd dimension. It is solid, it has certain limitational boundaries or laws that we exist within. But when you close your eyes, there is nothing you cannot experience that you cannot create internally and experience as such. That is transcending the limitations of the 3rd dimension and experience and existing above and beyond. And as we continue to elevate our vibrational frequency, we are able to experience new levels of potential. Again, Keep yourself full with optimistic enjoyment and enriching experiences. Keep yourself vibrating in acceptance, harmony, compassion for yourself and others, joy and love. Again, if the building is full of positive, uplifting, enriching experiences, then there is a positive experience to be had for all. If each part of the building has different people in, the building doesn't believe itself to be those different people. It just knows that it is housing different aspects, different situations, different learnings, different experiences. If somebody positive leaves, it makes space for somebody new to enter. If you allow some positive learnings or situations to dwindle and let in something negative, then it can start to grow and fester. When that takes place, when you become mindful of it, return to the truth that it is just third dimensional. That whatever you want to experience, you have the potential to create. And that there is nothing that limits you other than your own self-created limitations. My 9-year-old son came back from school a few weeks ago and said to me, "Daddy, at school today, I figured out the only person that will ever block me or make me limited in life, that creates my suffering, is me." I was absolutely blown away. Absolutely blown away by his level of understanding and his depth of knowledge. It's not just information, it's knowledge that he has embodied. He knows this to be true. He doesn't believe it, he knows it. He's run it through all of his processing ability and he's come to that conclusion that he knows to be true. That's it. What you know to be true, follow, because that is your truth. That's your soul's purpose, your path, your calling. What you believe, well, I believe that the grass is green, but actually I know it's just energy vibrating at different frequencies, and it's my human perception of it that creates it as a solid structure of grass that is green. And I know that at a quick glance it's green, but I know if I focus more intently and closely on it, that it has lots of different colours, lots of different greens, but there's also some yellow, some brown. All sorts of things are going on in what we could initially believe to be just a simple conclusional outcome. We don't know that which we don't know. Let go of what you believe you once know and return to that natural state of flow. Every time something comes up, remind yourself this is just third dimensional. And anytime you feel negatively affected, victimized, hard done by, that you are not creating in whatever way, shape or form, I see you, ego. I love you, ego. I know that you're scared of what you don't understand, and that person that you don't quite resonate with or that you feel threatened by, I know it. Again, it's because you don't understand them. All forms of separation are caused by egoic misperception. What the ego doesn't understand, it will try to, first of all, ridicule or escape or wrong in some way, and then it will go about, if it feels incredibly threatened, trying to actually destroy it. The ego must remain the mighty ego, again within the third dimension. If you remind yourself you're not limited but to this third dimension, to this physical body or the egoic viewpoints, then you transcend those. The ego will condemn and destroy that which it does not understand. Allow it to feel threatened, allow it to feel fearful, and remind it that it is powerful in its ability to create, to experience, to keep the body safe, and that you, as a complete aspect of self, third dimensional, fifth dimensional and beyond, that you are one aspect. You are experiencing itself. You are the universe in completion, experiencing itself in separate form, and that without the ego, without the physical body, without living in the third dimension, there is no fifth dimension to experience. There is nothing beyond to experience. As once you return back to the single point of consciousness of I am, you are everything in completion, existing in harmony with itself, and there is no experience. Without friction, there is no existence, there's no experience, as there's no energy. Friction creates energy. It is that friction between two objects which allows us to experience this beautiful game that we call life. When we return to harmonic, resonant frequency of truth that we are everything in completion, embodied in that one true aspect of self, once we return to being the universe in completion, experiencing itself, once we return to the single conscious cosmic I, there is nothing. We are here to experience, to learn, to grow, to continue to evolve, letting go of what we previously believed that we know, so that each day we can learn something new. I am that which I am. I am you as you are me. We are all that was or ever shall be. Universal energy, dancing rhythmically, playfully and majestically in this beautiful game that we call life. And even scientifically, they cannot deny that this is right. So, it's not too late to exist in the fifth dimension, because you are already existing in the fifth dimension and the sixth and the seventh and all the way up as high as you want to consciously label something to be. There is no limitations other than that which you cast upon yourself. And every time you label yourself to be something, you limit yourself to be able to experience that within the parameters of those labels. Label yourself to be good or bad, and then you're only able to experience that within the good or the bad. Label yourself to be any other way, and that is what you will create as such. You are a universal being of unlimited power, knowledge and potential in all ways. And it is my honour and privilege to guide you eternally back home to the self, as you are assisting and guiding me. I love you all. Ensure that you subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Head over and watch the complete series of Modern Day Mindfulness, and I look forward to connecting with you on a deeper level very soon. Love, light and infinite blessings. Namaste.